I know some of you read that title and were thinking, how could that possibly be true? Because everybody's heard the stereotype. The fat, greasy Deepwoken player that only uses the meta and it's failing all their classes in school, 0.12 GPA. But here's the thing. Those people were never going to be smart in the first place. They were going to find something else to waste their life on. But for the people that actually are trying, this is applicable to you. So there have been studies done. Many studies. And it's not just one thing that it makes better. It improves so many aspects of your life. There's a study in Australia that took 12,000 high school students and it measured who played video games and who didn't. And all of the kids who played video games, they had a 15-point higher than average in math and 17 in science. That is ridiculous. And that's not all. It's not just your scores. Everybody knows video games help with, like, reaction time, right? But you can actually learn better because you play video games. And I don't mean like score higher, become smarter. I mean you can learn better. So everybody knows the thing where people say, like, you can't be happy without an amount of sadness, right? There can't be one of those without the other. Well, you can't feel and learn from success unless you know how to learn from failure, right? And people who play Deepwoken specifically, you will fail a lot and you will learn from that failure much more quickly, and you will learn how to learn from failure, or else you're gonna quit the game. Let's be honest. There have been studies that have shown that people who play video games are much better at learning from their own failures. And this applies specifically to Deepwoken players. We are masters at failing. And, you know, sometimes that doesn't sound like such a good thing, but, I mean, in this case it is. And another thing, obviously we know it helps with reaction time, but did you know that people that play video games are actually on average better at sports? So athletes and people who play sports, obviously still working out regularly, if you play 3 or more hours, you are actually better at sports because it improves your teamwork, your reaction time, and it's about 30% for these increases, which is a very big amount. And all these things, guess what? Sports, academics, they all link back and they help you become better in video games as well. So it's like a loop, right? If you try hard in both of these things, you'll be better in all of them. And I know there will be some offshoots, some outliers, where they're like, oh, I'm only good in school, I suck at video games. Or, I'm only good at video games, I suck at school. But if you put in effort for both of these things, the same amount of effort, you will become exponentially greater at both. And this has been shown in so many studies. You get better at your reaction time, learning from losses. You become smarter. You actually gain IQ points if you play games that are stimulating enough, which Deepwoken would be considered that because it says action, games where you need to think. You need to think of Deepwoken. It's not just M1, M1, M1. You need strategy. Any game with strategy helps with this. There's so many things that show the benefits of video games. Now, I do need you guys. Do not take this as me saying play video games all day. I need you to take, all of you, I know you don't want to hear this. You need at least 30 minutes of exercise a day. Go for a walk, go outside, go get on your bike or something. Go work out for 30 minutes. Go on a walk. Go hang out with your friends. If you don't have friends, go hang out with the pigeons, the rats, if you live in New York. Just go do something, okay? That is also going to help you. I know you don't want to hear this, but exercise also helps. It helps you get better in academics. It helps you get better in video games. Any cognitive processing, anything that you need to use your brain for, exercise helps. So I need you guys to exercise. I need you guys to be active and have fun playing Deepwoken.